trying to get PMP certified and they do not realize how enormous the task is. I want to show you, I just want to give you a little bit of insight to how huge this task is. So I'm showing you a timetable right here, okay? In this timetable, you can see develop project charter, develop project management plan. You see that? I'll make it bigger. All right, you see that? Going all the way down, I have all processes listed out. I want you to think about this for a second. You might be taking the CAPM, you might be taking the PMP, but it does not take away the fact that you have this enormity of content, this volume of content to cover. Now, I don't want to alarm you, but I do want to impress upon you that if you really want to get certified, you need to get your skates on, because you have 49 processes, and let's even say that each process is half an hour. So you can see under the approximate time, I have 0.5, which is half an hour. That means if you are taking the exam, if you spend half an hour on each process, not even talking about chapters 1, 2, and 3 or anything else, just trying to get through the volume of content to at least understand it, and understand it at a baseline value. I'm not even talking about understanding it beyond average, but I'm talking about even just average. You will be looking at 30 minutes. I know this firsthand. How do I know this? Because this is a timetable for a course that is going on right now. It's going on right now. It's going on all the way to June. Now, this timetable, we are covering it extremely diligently. No matter how quick we try to be, we realize there's no way you can sufficiently explain a process in anything, on average, anything less than 15 to 30 minutes. And that is baseline. Some processes are harder than others, but to at least get the basics, I'm telling you, you are going to be spending quite a bit of time. Now, there are some processes that are worse than others, all right? So let me just call out some of those that are notorious. Create WBS has many facets. Define scope has a few facets that are hard to wrap your arms around. Collect requirements have a few things that are hard to understand for some people, like the type of requirements. Just putting your arms around the process, collect requirements, and the tools and techniques used for it will definitely take you over 30 minutes, in my opinion, because you've got so many different tools and techniques. What about control schedule or develop schedule? Both of those. Understanding leads, lag, slack, flow, forward passes, backward passes, critical path, schedule data, schedule model, crashing, fast tracking, schedule think about it. No, seriously, think about it. It does take time to digest. And the reason why I'm showing this to you is because a lot of you are too relaxed in studying for this thing. You got to get it done now before it becomes crazy later on this year. It is going to get crazy when the exam starts changing. When we're on the big run up to the exam change, beginning of January, you know what happens? More people are taking the exam, more people are passing, but at the same time, because it's a numbers game, more people are failing. And it becomes more difficult on average to pass the exam. So I am trying to impress upon you that if you want to get certified, start in earnest. Start in earnest. So take a look at this timetable. If you had started with me April 6th, right now, as at May 14th, so tomorrow we've got monitor communications and plan risk management, you would have almost gotten to the 3/4 point. You see, there are so many processes to cover, and that's why I tell folks, get help. If you know you find it hard creating traction, going through all these processes, get help, get help, get help. And that's why I keep saying the sites to go to. First of all, this is pmsucceed.com. Training here can help you. We also have pmradio.org. So if you go to pmradio.org, pmradio.org will take you to where you can sign up for the triple constraint processes, training. And you can see we've got another one coming up this weekend on the 16th. And these are the things we're covering: scope, schedule, cost, risk, quality, And then for those of you who are just getting in to the world of the PMI, go to pmanonymous.com. And on pmanonymous.com, you can sign up for PMP exam basics training. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. It's going for just $49.99. It's ridiculous. So it's happening next week, Thursday. If you are struggling, if what I'm saying is making sense to you and you're like, yep, that's me, I need help. I need help covering this volume. It's a lot of stuff, my friends. It's a lot. All right? So if that's you, I want to encourage you to sign up for one of these programs, get help, and do not put this on the back burner till the end of the year. It gets crazy. Trust me, it gets really, really crazy. It does. It does. So I want to say thanks to my student reading all of this content. It's a lot of content. I noticed that as you're going through it, you kind of like finding some of the words a little bit unwieldy. I agree. Some of the words are very, very unwieldy indeed. And that's why, again, you got to read the PMBOK guide. You really got to read that thing because, on the exam, I often tell people there are two things that you want to be ready for on the exam. The first one is the language, and the second one is the mental stress that you could go through if you do not know the language. So be prepared for the language, but also you want to fortify your mind so that when you come across ridiculous questions that seem to have been carved out by someone, high on something, you want to be able to tackle them. And the way to do it, I'm telling you, the PMBOK guide is one, but practice, practice, practice. A lot of you are not practicing mock exams enough, quizzes enough. I tell you, a quiz a day, it's going to help you because you need that mental stamina on the exam. I've been there. So I can tell you, my first hour on my PMP exam, I could only do 20 questions. I thought I had built up the horsepower, and I somewhat had, but I wasn't ready for what I faced. I could not believe how hard the questions were. They were horrible. And the only way I survived it, I'm telling you, the only way I survived it is I had taken a lot of quizzes and mock exams, but at the same time, you know what I had done? I had read that book that you guys hate to read, the PMBOK guide. I should say some of you guys and girls alike, some of you hate to read it, the PMBOK guide. Some of you don't like it. But that is what saved me on the exam. Otherwise, it would have been curtains. I would have failed. So anyway, I wish you all the very best. This is the middle of May, my friends. So we've got June, July, August, September. I'm telling you, just 4 months. And then it gets crazy. It's a big run up to the exam change with all this COVID craziness going on. Prometric, Pearson, I beg your pardon, is still telling you, hey, we're not able to deliver your exam. You got to take it at home. And some of you are scared of taking it at home. It's only going to get crazier. Trust me, it's only going to get crazier from here. Because the number of people getting certified, once it picks up in September, it is not going to abate, and the exam is going to get more challenging. Do it now. Do it now. Look, if you're one of my students who's been thinking of taking the CAP-M as a stepping stone to go into the PMP, now is the time. You need to be taking the CAP-M like tomorrow. Seriously. Some of you are standing at the ledge and are saying, oh, well, I don't want to go. I don't want to jump. Look, you've got everything that you need. I've trained you. I've shown you so many things on this channel. Many of you have gone ahead and gotten certified, but there's some of you that just stay at the ledge and you're like, oh, I don't want to go. I've given you wings. I've told you what to do. Stop staying on the ledge and stop being unserious. Some of you are like, okay, I'll start my studying in earnest tomorrow. Seriously, tomorrow? Do it now, my friends. I'm showing you this timetable for a reason. How about you carve out a timetable like this for yourself? I challenge you, do it. If you've been stuck, you're like, Phil, I'm stuck. Do it. Write out every single process, every process that needs to be covered. Write them out. And day by day, I'm telling you, you can do this. You can. People say, Phil, why are you so passionate about people passing this exam? Because I know what it did to my career. I know what it did for me. I was just a PM working on academic knowledge. before I got into the world of the PMI. I was going away with that knowledge I got from my project management in my master's degree, thinking that I had arrived, until I got to an interview in DHL and I bombed the interview. It was so pathetic. And I began to realize I need to know more. I need to know more about project management on a wider level. I need to really know what it is, not just from the books, but I need to be in the streets doing project management. And that's when I found various avenues to learn more about the PMI. So I had been managing projects in a bank over a number of years, but I wasn't doing it according to the world of the PMI. So I was organized, I had my little Excel files, I had my methods and my ways, and I was just finishing my master's degree until I met someone in an employment who said, "Phil, you make a great PMP." I said, "What's that?" And the rest is history. Mary, my mentor, she ended up being my mentor, inspired me to do so much. But it was when I embraced the world of the PMI, PMBOK guide, structured project management, not just head knowledge. Oh, I've been through some academics and I feel I'm smart. No, what I like about the PMBOK guide, and maybe you guys can relate to it in some way, is it was put together by people who have actually been there. So it's not the PMI. The PMI management, bless them, they're in the offices doing what they do. But the people putting the PMBOK guide together are the volunteers, the people on the streets doing project management, making it happen, dealing with crazy stakeholders, dealing with people who make you mad every day, dealing with SPIs and CPI and CV and SV every week in front of management, So when I moved away from just I've got the experience because I've been doing it, or I've got the knowledge, to this is structure, this is the science behind project management. I had pretty much gotten the art piece down, but the science was lacking. And the PMBOK guide and the PMP exam, it will give you the science. It'll give you the science. It will help you know how to improve. What are you not doing right? Maybe you're not initiating right. Think about it. It's a simple structure. And this is why I gravitate towards the PMI and the PMBOK guide more than the other solutions out there. Prince 2, bless them, it's a methodology, and there are many others, APM, you got some other good, sources. But when you talk about the PMI, the reason why I gravitate to the PMBOK guide is for this reason and this reason only. The structure is so simple. Very, very simple structure. And that's why when PMI start putting out information about wanting to change the PMBOK guide, I say, look, you want to be careful, because if you change this framework, if you change this structure, if you change it, you're going to lose your audience. And that's when people are going to just start jumping off the ship. So don't do it. Don't change initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling and closing. Don't change the simplicity in "I saw 6 Cubans." Or let me paraphrase it, because I know the Google boys don't like this mnemonic. "I saw 6 chipmunks quietly roasting coffee, reading poetry stories." Integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communications, risk, procurement, stakeholder. Don't change it, PMI. Don't go all crazy. Don't go to the deep end. We can make principles out of many things, but your place is project management. Let's not get lost. Let's not get into the funnel of trying to be like our friends at the Agile Alliance or the Scrum Alliance. Let's stay in our lane, PMI. That's what I say. And staying in our lane is really what I am showing you here, my friends. Staying in our lane is really focusing on the PMBOK guide and mastery of it. Okay? So in closing, to close this session, I would like us to just think about some of the things I have taught you, some of the things you have heard my student read in this session. So we've been talking about quality management for the past many hours. But in closing, I really want to make sure that you have mastered the philosophy that the PMI is trying to espouse. And the philosophy that they're trying to espouse in the PMBOK guide is very simple. plan, 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 manage, control. Plan quality management, manage quality, control quality. Plan quality management is where you establish the plan for how to manage quality, which involves process correctness and control quality is where you ensure product correctness. The landmarks of quality could further be demonstrated by identifying the quality management plan and quality metrics. The quality metrics become an input to this process, manage quality, and the quality metrics also become an input to this process, control quality. These quality metrics help with process correctness and product correctness. When we talk about process correctness, the tool and technique we're really after is audits. When we talk about product correctness, the tool and technique we're really after is inspection. We want to inspect the deliverable. When you think about how these processes interrelate, you don't want to lose sight of the fact that there is a feedback loop. There's a feedback loop from control quality going into manage quality. And that feedback loop is the one that conveys quality control measurements. Okay? Quality control measurements. All right, so that's the big picture of this section we've been reviewing for the past number of hours. Eventually, we're going to get to almost every process because this is a journey leading up to certification. Many of my students on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class or the Saturday class or the Thursday class starting next week on, I believe it's the 21st of May, many of them, they struggle with these processes because it's not enough to just read the PMBOK guide. You need someone to show it to you, to explain it to you. And that is what is missing in a lot of people's prep. So don't forget the website that you want to go to is pmsucceed.com. If what I've been showing you is of interest to you and you're like, yeah, that timetable looks like something I could do with, for someone to help me as I study, then go there and sign up. pmsucceed.com. We got training going on till June. If you are thinking of joining a different class, you could hold on, but I normally tell people do it now because I do not know when the next one will be. I don't know when the next one will be. I'm used to being on the road and traveling, and this COVID stuff has just stopped everyone in their tracks. I'm doing a lot of virtual stuff now, but the moment that changes, I'll be back on the road. And that's why I say do it now, because I don't know when this whole thing would change. But I'm going to be cautious, and I think you should be as well. So I'm not thinking of traveling immediately, at least definitely not until somewhere towards after June, because this craziness, the COVID craziness, it's making me shake my head. Fauci is telling the truth. People are being mad at him. I don't even understand what is wrong with people. I don't. Anyway, my friends, let me not go off on a rabbit trail with that one, because I've got a few things to say about people who are putting others in danger. You see, you don't know until it hits close to home. One of my childhood friends had it. COVID-19. One of my childhood friends. And we're hoping and praying for recovery. So until it hits close to home, a lot of people aren't aware of how crazy this thing is. It's crazy. And a lot of other people that we know have not only gotten it, but they've passed away. So I'm going to be careful. I'm hoping that I can do another one of the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, maybe sometime in July. because this current class goes on till June. And that's why I say if you're thinking of joining the class, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. If you join the class, I would know, oh, you joined it midway. And if I ever do a class in the future, I'll make it good with you. I'll probably invite you to re-audit the class if you joined at the tail end. But I would rather you join at the tail end, and then you can watch all the videos that came before this. See, like tomorrow, we're going to be hitting the monitor communications area. And we're also going to be hitting, plan risk management is a beast. A lot of people don't know plan risk management is a total beast, but it is. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you very much, my friends. Take care. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for your support. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share it. Hey, share these links on social media. A lot of people don't know about the training I offer for free on YouTube. So please help me. Thank you very much. Take care and bye for now.